Good morning or good evening. Thank you so much for coming to join me on this video. Today I'm going to be reading off some interesting facts found on thefactsite.com, and for the visual I found this really beautiful video of the Aurora Borealis, which is from the account Nature Relaxation Films. I'm sure that there is a much better way to go about showing you this nice visual, but for right now I'm just recording everything on my phone and not editing, so I hope it's okay. And either way, I do hope that you just close your eyes, put your headphones in, and relax. I also have in the background from the Calm channel, rainstorm sounds for relaxing, focus, or deep sleep, which I thought would be a nice ambient background that would hopefully be more pleasing than the background noise in my apartment, because I do have my 2 little kittens running around. I live in the city, it's raining, and I have neighbors, so hopefully you don't hear all of my background noise and you just hear the facts and the rain. So let's get started. Back when dinosaurs existed, there used to be volcanoes that were erupting on the moon. The only letter that doesn't appear on the periodic table is J. One habit of intelligent humans is being easily annoyed by people around them, but saying nothing in order to avoid a meaningless argument. If a polar bear and a grizzly bear mate, their offspring is called a pizzy bear. Oh, that's funny. It's Pizzy. In 2006, a Coca-Cola employee offered to sell Coca-Cola secrets to Pepsi. Pepsi responded by notifying Coca-Cola. There were 2 AI chatbots created by Facebook to talk to each other, but they were shut down after they started communicating in a language they made for themselves. Nintendo trademarked the phrase, "It's on like Donkey Kong," in 2010. That's interesting because I thought that was done much earlier than that. The famous line in Titanic from Leonardo DiCaprio, "I'm king of the world," was improvised. A single strand of spaghetti is called a spaghetto. Hershey's Kisses are named after the kissing sound the deposited chocolate makes as it falls from the machine on the conveyor belt. To leave a party without telling anyone is called in English a French exit. They must mean in England, because in America we call it an Irish exit. In French, it's called a partir à l'anglais, to leave like the English. If you cut down a cactus in Arizona, you'll be penalized up to 25 years in jail. It is similar to cutting down a protected tree species. The Buddha, commonly depicted in statues and pictures, is a different person entirely. The real Buddha was actually incredibly skinny because of self-deprivation. In Colorado, USA, there is still an active volcano. It last erupted about the same time as the pyramids were being built in Egypt. The first movie to ever put out a motion picture soundtrack was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Fruit stickers are edible though the same with any fruit. Washing prior to eating is recommended. The glue used for them is regulated by the FDA. Astronaut is a compound word derived from the two ancient Greek words astro, meaning star, and naut, meaning sailor. So astronaut literally means star sailor. The flashes of colored light you see when you rub your eyes are called phosphenes. I'm not sure how to pronounce that word. Phosphenes. At birth, a baby panda is smaller than a mouse. Iceland does not have a railway system. Boris Fenn, an art dealer and author, hid a treasure chest in the Rocky Mountains worth over $1 million. It still has not been found. The lead singer of The Offspring started attending school to achieve a doctorate in molecular biology while still in the band. He graduated in May 2017. The world's largest grand piano was built by a 15-year-old in New Zealand. The piano is a little over 18 feet long and has 85 keys, 3 short of the standard 88. There is a company in Japan that has schools that teach you how to be funny. The first one opened in 1982. About 1,000 students take the course each year. The LEGO Group is the world's most powerful brand. There are more LEGO minifigurines than there are people on Earth. Wow. The Roman-Persian Wars are the longest in history, lasting over 680 years. They began in 54 BC and ended in 620 AD. Elvis was originally blonde. He started coloring his hair black for an edgier look. Sometimes he would touch it up himself using shoe polish. If you translate Jesus from Hebrew to English, the correct translation is Joshua. The name Jesus comes from translating the name from Hebrew to Greek to Latin to English. Sorry, my stomach grumbled. Ed Sheeran bought a ticket to LA with no contacts. He was spotted by Jamie Foxx, who offered him the use of his recording studio and a bed in his Hollywood home for 6 weeks. The first service animals were established in Germany during World War I. References to service animals date as far back as the mid-16th century. An 11-year-old girl proposed the name Pluto after the Roman god of the underworld. The voice actor of SpongeBob and the voice actor of Karen, Plankton's computer wife, have been married since 1995. An estimated 50% of all gold ever mined on Earth came from a single plateau in South Africa, Witwatersrand. 75% of the world's diet is produced from just 12 plant and 5 different animal species. The original Star Wars premiered on just 32 screens across the US in 1977. This was to produce buzz as the release widened to more theaters. The British government coined the slogan, "Keep calm and carry on," during World War II in order to motivate civilians to stay strong. Sour Patch Kids are from the same manufacturers as Swedish Fish. The red Sour Patch Kids are the same candy as Swedish Fish, but with sour sugar. The largest Japanese population outside of Japan stands at 1.6 million people who live in Brazil. In 2009, Stephen Hawking held a reception for time travelers, but didn't publicize it until after. This way, only those who could time travel would be able to attend. Nobody else attended. There are less than 30 ships in the Royal Canadian Navy, which is less than most third world countries. The youngest pope in history was Pope Benedict IX, I'm not sure what it is numerically. He was 11 years old at the time of election. He is also the only person to have been pope more than once. Johnny Cash took only 3 voice lessons before his teacher advised him to stop taking lessons and to never deviate from his natural voice. There is an island called Just Enough Room, where there's just enough room for a tree and a house. People who post their fitness routine to Facebook are more likely to have psychological problems. Nowadays, millionaires with just $1 million isn't considered wealthy anymore by most Americans. Now, the typical American sees at least 2.4 million as wealthy. There is a company that sells mirrors that make people look 10 pounds thinner. Overall, the mirrors have contributed to 54% of total sales for the retailer that use it. There's no period in Dr. Pepper. It was removed because the old logo font made it look like D-I, pepper. Standing around burns calories. On average, a 150-pound person burns 114 calories per hour while standing and doing nothing. Although GPS is free for the world to use, it costs $2 million per day to operate. The money comes from American tax revenue. In World War II, Germany tried to collapse the British economy by dropping millions of counterfeit bills over London. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear my cat in the background dropping things off the counter. The human eye is so sensitive that if the earth were flat and it was dark night, a candle's flame could be seen from 30 miles away. Until 2016, the Happy Birthday song was not for public use, meaning prior to 2016, the song was copyrighted and you had to pay a license to use it. Lettuce is a member of the sunflower family. Researchers have found that flossing your teeth can help your memory. Flossing prevents gum disease, which prevents stiff blood vessels, which cause memory issues. A cluster of bananas is called a hand. Along that theme, a single banana is called a finger. For nearly 60 years, Texas didn't have an official state flag between 1879 and 1933. During that time, the Lone Star flag was active but unofficial flag. Red Solo cups are a common souvenir to bring back from the United States. The novelty comes from the cups being used in many party scenes in movies. And we do use them at actual parties too. It's funny that other countries think it's just a movie gimmick. St. Lucia is the only country in the world named after a woman. Scientists discovered sharks that are living in an active underwater volcano. Divers cannot investigate because they would get burns from the acidity and heat. So I wonder how they know that. There are times when Pluto is closer to the Sun than Neptune. One of these times was from 1979 to 1999. The Ethiopian calendar is 7.5 years behind the Gregorian calendar due to the fact that it has 13 months. In 1994, the company who had a patent on GIFs tried to charge a fee for using GIFs. The PNG was invented as an alternative, and the company backed it down. China is spending $3 billion to build panda-shaped solar farms in order to get more young people interested in renewable energy. That's interesting, because I think a lot of the young people are already interested in renewable energy, and it's more so the older population that needs to get on board. Mercury and Venus are the only two planets in our solar system that do not have any moons. The average American child is given $3.70 per tooth that falls out. I'm pretty sure I was getting a quarter or maybe $1 when I was losing my teeth. To properly write adjectives in order, you would list them by amount, value, size, temperature, age, shape, color, origin, and material. So that was a random assortment out of the first 100 from this site, which has over 1,000 random and interesting facts about literally everything. So I might leave the next set until another video when I will hopefully have a better mic available to me and my computer working, so I can create a proper backdrop for the video instead of showing a different YouTube channel screen. But thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that this is either the start to a really nice day for you, or you are just beginning to get ready for the evening and hopefully have a nice, restful, peaceful sleep. Thank you, and good night.